Hello, this is Andrine, a Jewish American priestess, and today I'm bringing you a reading for the full moon. What's coming into fullness for this month for you? What things have you been planting and then watching them grow? A lot of stuff's growing right now where I am in the world, so we're going to do a full spread full moon reading for today. We'll start by just shuffling up the letters, and we're going to throw the whole lot down. Wow. Wow, okay, so interestingly, usually I take out everything that's face down in the reading. And there aren't very many face up today, so I'll go ahead and just do that. We'll pull out everything that's face down, and except for the one that's the blank, which I happen to run across relatively early in the pull here. Okay. Wow, okay, so our face down consisted of most of the Hebrunes today. And the one I left that's blank is the Ein Sof. So we're going to just leave that one there. I'm going to zoom in a little bit so we can see the letters more closely. Okay, the way I like to read is generally the center line is where we are right now. There's a path that kind of goes through that, and then everything that's above that line is a helper, and everything that's below is a fear or a challenge. And today we have nothing below, which is excellent, beautiful, love that. So what is on the central line and sort of in the center of the reading itself is the letter Kaf. And it is tilted, it is sort of on its head, but it's, you know, it's the palm of a hand, the letter Kaf here, and it looks a little bit like the palm of a hand. It is the number 20 in Gematria. And 20 is the number 2 times 10, which is to say 2 being the letter Beit is house or home, shelter of some sort. And this is that magnified tenfold. So we have this idea of home, shelter. And this is the shelter of the hand of the Shekhinah, the indwelling presence of the feminine divine. And she is shielding us with her hand. This is the sun in the sky. It's the letter that rules over the sun in the sky, according to the Sefer Yetzirah, which is the book of creation. So the sun is shining. It's summer where I am. The sun is hot, and we need some shelter right now. And Kaf is here saying we are sheltered. It's also the letter that begins the word koach. Koach meaning power. So there's some kind of power. And crown, Keter, is also beginning with Kaf. So we have this crowning, we have the sunshine, we have the power, and the hand. Again, it was tilted over, but that says to me that it's an internal power. We're reaching into our internal power. We are reaching into the indwelling divine feminine, the Shekhinah. And she is here protecting us, shielding us from the sun with her hand and lifting us up with her hand. So the power and the strength that's here right now is really, really amazing. And again, finding our shelter, finding a tenfold protection that's coming to us right now by the divine hand. Beautiful. Also on the path is the letter Gimel. And Gimel over here on the far right is laying down. It's face down a little bit, kind of on its face. It's usually looking like this. And we're finding it like this in the reading. So interestingly, Gimel is about walking forward. And so this looks like somebody tripped and fell. But it's on the path line. So to me that says, you know, there may be a stumble that's coming. But Gimel is also saying keep going forward. It's a camel, gamal, or a foot walking forward. It is the binary transformation of peace and evil. So you have to find your way toward wholeness and peace. There might be been something that's broken or something that's not worked well for you on the path somewhere. but we're moving towards something that is more whole, more peaceful. And Gimel is the letter that rules over the planet Jupiter in the sky. So it's a big thing. Jupiter is the largest planet in our solar system. And the word for Jupiter in Hebrew is tzedek. Tzedek means justice. So we're running toward justice. And again, one of the things I love about the Gimel is that it looks like the letter Nun with a heel on it. Nun is a letter that represents humility. And the fact that this is face down says to me, we'll come to a place where we're going to stumble and find our humility. But the divine, the Yud at the back, is saying that we're propelling you forward, that there is still the divinity here helping you move into a place when you come to it from a place of humility. So the Gimel on the path line is coming, and that's in the future. For me, I read left to right in English, so this is where we've been, and this is where we're going. And these are all the helper letters. So right at the top, right in the center, is the Ein Sof. Ein Sof is the blank, and it represents the substrate, the element that is all the other letters are carved into. It is that which is infinite and unspoken. It is the unending, the void, the timelessness, that primordial chaos that came before everything else. And it looks like the full moon in the sky. I love that that's up there above everything shining down. So we have this infinity idea, the deep, the boundlessness of the divine. That without end was what Ein Sof literally means. And it's blankness, so it's endless possibility. It's the ability to contract and then expand into everythingness. Timelessness, outside of time, being outside of time, and just existing and being. So as we're being sheltered over by the sun with the Shekhinah's hand, the moon is above, shining and telling us to just rest in being right now. To the right of that, we have the letter Mem. Mem is the mother letter of water. And it's upside down again, so I feel like it's an internal thing. We're finding water. We're in this time of the astrological sign of Cancer, which is a water sign. And we need water. Right now we need this internal water because we're in the heat of the summer. So we need to find water within. We need to dig deep into our own internal well. The Mem usually looks like this. It is a womb space, so where there's gestation happening within. There's that little opening at the bottom where the birth will occur in the future. But this is one of the mother letters, so it's a creation element. It's the mother letter of water. It has to do with cleansing. Mikvah, which is a cleansing transformation ritual that we use in Judaism. And it helps us to wash away things spiritually. When we go to the mikvah, we're already clean. We make sure that we're already clean before we get into the mikvah. It's a spiritual cleansing. And again, since this is upside down, I'm thinking of it as an internal cleansing, something inside you, internal gestation, dipping into the water, the mayim chaim, the waters of life, and allowing yourself to gestate, looking deep within, into the well of knowledge and the well of the divinity, and finding that gestation place within you is going to be really helpful right now as we sit underneath the full moon. The next thing in our sign here is the Yud. And the letter Yud is a seed. It's the smallest of all the letters, and it contains everything within it. It's the first letter of the divine name, the Yud He Vav He, which is a sort of grammatical contraction of that which was, that which is, and that which will be. So it's this idea of becoming. The seed has potential. Like the Ein Sof also has potential. This is the ground, this is the seed we plant into it, and then we water it with the Mem. So this is the smallest letter, it's the building block of all things, the atom. And it's the first letter of the word Yad, which means hand. So it's about artistry, it's about using your hands, about, again, the hand of the divine, the Shekhinah's palm is shielding us. It's a different kind of, the hand that's the palm of the hand. This is the whole hand. The Yud It's got that, it's usually showed as a pointer, like a yod is what you use to point to the letters of Torah. I actually have one right here. Let me show you. It looks like this. So it's a little finger that you use to point to the letters when you're reading Torah. That's called a yod because it looks like a hand. And that's the yud. The yud is the yod also. So it's a way to point toward that which we're trying to read. So as we're sitting in gestation, we're also recognizing the seed that's been planted. We're pointing at it with our finger and trying to understand what we're being told, listening for the becoming one, the divine, the Yud He Vav He, and becoming ourselves. It's also affiliated with the tribe of Gad, which is, Gad is a word that means luck. It was the ancient Semitic deity of luck. So luck is coming in. If we plant that seed well and we tend it with the water and shelter it, then that seed will grow into something beautiful. So yeah, the next thing is that seed coming in. And then over here on the far right, up high, we have the letter Beit upside down. A lot of internal reading today. Beit, which looks like this usually, is a house. It's the number 2, and again, internal house. And it's interesting, it looks a little bit like the Kaf, which you turn it upside down. And, you know, the Kaf usually looks like this, so they're similar, but this has got a floor on it, right? So this is the shelter of the divine. This is the actual house. When I say house, it can be a structure. It can be a building of any kind. It could be a place of learning, maybe a dojo or a studio. It could be a shul. But it's wherever you finding your soul dwelling. And in that case, it could be representative of the body or the planet, the world, wherever you feel yourself most at home, finding a home in that place. And since it is reversed in the upper line, I'm going to say this is about internal, finding yourself internally at home, finding yourself comfortable in your own skin and your own soul. And it is the first letter of the word Breshit, which means in the beginning. It's the first letter of Torah. It's the first word of Torah. So some new beginning inside is coming. Maybe that seed that's been planted and watered is going to grow up to something new. And we are finding rest as well. This is the letter that's affiliated with Shabbat. So we are finding our internal home. We're resting in our place. We're finding a new beginning as we sit there. And becoming comfortable with ourselves. This is also the mouth and the body. So maybe we're ingesting good food. We're speaking words of blessing. Rocha is the word for blessing, and it begins with Beit as well. So this is a beautiful full moon reading. It's interesting. We've got the full moon above with the Ein Sof. We've got the sun in the sky, but turned upside down, being sheltered over by the hand of the divine. We've got the Mem, gestation that's happening within. Some deep well of knowledge or comfort that we're drinking in and staying hydrated in the heat of the summer. A seed is being planted and watered here, and it's going to grow into something becoming, a place of home, a place of comfort, a place of really feeling ourselves and a new beginning coming in. And although we may stumble, we know that the Yud is at the foot of that Gimel, leading us forward into a drive toward justice. So that's our full moon reading for today. It was a little shorter than I expected, but that's what the letters wanted to tell us. I hope you have a beautiful full moon in Capricorn here as we come into this strawberry moon time. And we're also into a Mercury retrograde, so I'll try to do a reading on that sometime in the next few days as well. I'll hope to see you here next time.